welcome to my very first episode of Minnesota Motor Coaching with Michael. So why am I starting this YouTube channel? Well, really it's just an opportunity for me to share a little bit more about the motor coach industry here in Minnesota, but ideally wanted to start off this very first video with a little bit about myself. So for me, I've always enjoyed the open road, driving. As a kid, I remember countless road trips with my family. But not just any road trip. We would travel from St. Paul, Minnesota, all the way to central Mexico. Yep, about 2,100 miles each way, if I'm not mistaken. And we would travel all the way to a state called Guanajuato, about 3.5 hours, 4 hours west of Mexico City. Typically we would do this in the winter time, so during the winter holidays. And yeah, some hairy situations driving through some blizzards or ice storms in Oklahoma and Texas, but at the end of the day, I just truly enjoyed driving. During high school, I got an opportunity to learn about travel and tourism, and I quickly started seeing motor coaches either around downtown or out in the road, and I found out that there was actually a industry for this where people could go and travel and have even a step-on guide. As a step-on guide, I gave countless tours of the Twin Cities, both Minneapolis and St. Paul, of course, and just loved it. But I always kind of knew that that seat was calling me and I wanted to be a motor coach driver. Like many of you, I found myself with some extra time on my hands during the pandemic. I have to thank a local motor coach company here in Minnesota that gave me a shot, helped me get my commercial driver's license, and get my feet wet first by driving school buses. It wasn't until last year that I ran into an old friend, the director of operations here at Schmidt & Sons. I joined their team as a part-time driver and now living my dream of driving these beautiful rigs. The irony in this story is that her and I actually traveled to Winnipeg on a sales mission years and years ago. I'm pretty sure that coach has since been retired, and I don't know if our driver is actually still around. I want to give credit where credit is due. If you are familiar with this industry, then I'm sure you know who James Wang is, owner of Peoria Charters in Illinois. James started as a driver just like me, and over the years has put out some really cool content that I've enjoyed watching on YouTube. James, your videos over the years have inspired me to not only become a motor coach operator, but now follow in your footsteps and create video content of my own right here in Minnesota. I'm sure you'll notice right away a very familiar intro in my videos. I hope you like it. I want to thank Schmidt & Sons and their entire team for letting me film these videos on their coach, and I hope to bring you some really cool content in the years to come.